have these things called Sento, which is basically a public bath. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be really weird and uncomfortable, and I was gonna run out and be done and never come back. But it was actually super cool, and one of my favorite experiences that I had whilst in Tokyo. It's not really directed towards tourists, so make sure you do your research beforehand and kind of memorize what you want to do, because there's not a lot of instructions. You rock up to the place, you take your shoes off, and they have one of these little vending machine things. They have these all over Japan. It's basically a kiosk, but a lot less obnoxious because it's not touchscreen. It prints out a little ticket, and then you take the ticket up to the counter. Give your ticket to the lady and walk through a curtain. Because I'm a lady, I walk through the red curtain, but if you're a gentleman, you walk through the blue curtain. Don't make a mistake and mix these two up, because as soon as you pass through the curtains, you see naked butts. I was not prepared to see naked people so soon as I walked through the curtain, so it was a little shocking and surprising. You saw naked people at a public bath? I felt really dumb. You walk in, and you're immediately inside a locker room. Again, if you don't speak Japanese, I would advise you to do your research prior, because it's kind of shocking, and I literally forgot how to do everything as soon as I got in there. I was like, standing at my locker like, I swear I knew how to unzip my pants before I walked in here, but now I don't know how. I can't remember how to take my clothes off. Anyways, put everything in the locker. Don't wear a swimsuit, don't wear your underwear. Everything goes in the locker except for you and your towel, okay? After you're undressed, you can go straight into the bathhouse. Here's a little diagram that I drew for you of the one that I went to. Basically, it's a full tile room. The tubs are in the back, and they vary in temperatures depending on which one you get into. There's a jets bath, a scented bath, and a freezing cold bath that I swear people just sat in as if it was like a normal tub. It was ridiculous. My Sento also had an outside bath, which was super cool, and a sauna, which you can pay extra for. I did not. I'm from the desert. I don't have to pay to sit in the heat and dry, so. In front of all the tubs are these little waist-high walls with spouts and mirrors on them. Grab yourself a little stool, grab yourself a little bucket, sit on the stool, and you're gonna have a bath, because they want you to be completely clean before you go in and sit in the tub. So there's not like just nasty people soup floating around. Bathing before getting into the tubs was the most unique experience I've ever had, possibly. You're sitting on this little stool like this, and you're watching yourself in a mirror. I've never watched myself shower before, so it's kind of an odd experience. Cleaning me with the bucket, by the way. You've got a little bucket going, and you're sitting right next to other people that are doing the exact same thing. So you're like being peer pressured to have an extremely thorough wash, because everyone can see you washing yourself. Some other things that I thought were interesting is that if you Google bathhouse, you'll get these cute, like, you know, kind of modest, everyone's like hiding under the water and smiling at each other, and that's not how it is. It's a little more like this. People are just kind of sitting on the edge of the tubs and walking around normally, the same way you would at like a swimming pool with a swimsuit on. Just very natural, very confident. Very chill. It was kind of weird at first, but the awkwardness literally, it was just chill. Yeah, it was just as social as a restaurant. Everyone just like chatting together and laughing together and taking a bath and washing themselves off, which was kind of neat. There were also all different age groups there. I thought it was just gonna be me and a bunch of like old traditional ladies. There were people my age that came with their friends. There were older, like middle-aged women. There were pregnant ladies. This woman brought her baby in and it was so cute. Just all types of people. But even though there were all types of people, it was crazy because You didn't know anybody's story. You couldn't make any assumptions about anybody because everyone was just like naked and everyone was in the same place wearing the birthday suit the same way they came into this world with additional wrinkles or hairstyles or whatever. And that was actually an amazing experience. It was just so like raw. I don't know if that's the right word for it. And me as an outsider, I definitely have a different perspective of this situation, but I personally thought, what an amazing way to normalize the human body. What a great way to just look at yourself and be like, I have a nice bod. Everyone here is very beautiful in their raw and natural state. Everyone's just nice, you know? Everyone's just clean. We're all just clean. Couple rules to make sure you know when you go in. Don't wear clothes. Already said that, but just gonna reiterate it. Once you leave the bathhouse area and back into the locker room, dry off absolutely completely because they don't want any water in the locker room, like the. Don't wash your clothes. I don't know why they felt the need to post this rule. Don't dunk your head under the water. It's not like a swimming pool. You can wash your hair in the little spouts if you wish, but just don't dunk your head or get your hair inside the hot tubs. And most places are not tattoo friendly. You know, I have this picture of this person washing himself. This is almost like a bad example though, because he's got tattoos. They associate tattoos with like gangs. You've got to go and specifically find a tattoo friendly place. And they're actually not allowed in a lot of onsen as well, which are like hot springs. Sorry about that. If you're done, all you've got to do is dry off completely. Walk into the locker room, put your clothes back on, and then walk out of there a fresh, new, clean, and cultured person that's confident in their natural state in front of others. In all honesty though, going to the Sento was one of my favorite things that I did in Japan, just because of the new experience and the new view of Japan. New view of Japan. That's not what I meant. Culturally, the new cultural view of Japan. Anyways, I would definitely suggest going if you're gonna be in Tokyo or anywhere in Japan, because these are like everywhere. It is a great cold day, rainy day, cheap, enjoyable activity that gets you out of your comfort zone and lets you experience something new and authentic and truly interesting. Definitely 10 out of 10 stars, would recommend every time. We should not bring these to the States though. I don't want to do this in the United States. We're too far gone over here.